Dear friends in Jesus Christ, peace be with you. Today's gospel passage for our reflection is taken from the Gospel of St. Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. In this passage, we see Jesus visiting the home of Martha and Mary, and we notice something important here. Jesus doesn't send a message ahead. He doesn't book an appointment, he just arrives. But look at Martha and Mary. They don't complain, they don't make excuses, they welcome him with joy. And we see something very similar in today's first reading from Genesis. Abraham is resting by his tent in the heat of the day when three strangers suddenly appear. He doesn't know who they are. He doesn't wait for them to ask for help. He runs to meet them, bows down, brings water, prepares food, and treats them as honored guests. Only later he discovers these are messengers from God, bringing a blessing for him and for Sarah. Friends, God often comes to us without warning. He might come through a neighbor, a family member, a stranger, sometimes even someone who is poor, wounded, or hurting. There is a true story about St. Martin of Tours. He was a soldier, not yet even baptized, and one freezing winter day he was riding near the city gates. He saw a poor beggar, almost naked, shivering in the cold. People were walking past, but no one stopped to help. Martin didn't have any money. All he had was his soldier's cloak. So he got off his horse, took his sword, cut the cloak in half, and gave one half to the beggar. He wrapped himself in the other half and rode on. That night, Martin had a dream. In the dream, he saw Jesus himself, wearing the half of the cloak that Martin had given away. Jesus said to the angels, "See how Martin has clothed me with this garment." Martin woke up and realized something. That poor beggar was not just a man by the roadside. It was Christ himself, coming to him in disguise. Friends, this is how Jesus comes to us, sometimes through the poor, sometimes even through people who interrupt our plans. The question we must ask ourselves here is, are we ready to welcome him, even if he comes without an appointment, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's inconvenient? Martha and Mary welcomed Jesus. Abraham welcomed strangers. And in each case, God brought peace and blessing. And it's the same for us. If we welcome Jesus, in prayer, in the Eucharist, and in the people around us, especially those in need, he will make everything straight in our lives. So today, let's ask for this grace, to recognize Jesus when he comes, and to welcome him with joy, without fear, without complaint, and with open hearts. Amen.